Professor Avi Loeb. Professor, you were on this show not long ago talking about the strange object hurtling towards Earth, the 3I Atlas, making its closest approach to Earth today. Now, we said we're going to bring you back on this day. It's going to pass by Earth at the closest it's ever been. What do we know? And did it change paths, and where is it headed?
Well, thank you for having me. This is really the acid test for this object called 3I Atlas. It's the third interstellar object that the astronomers spotted in the skies coming from outside the solar system. And this object was unusual. It's very big, comparable to the size of Manhattan Island. And also its path lies in the plane of the planets around the sun. And, you know, that might indicate some intelligent planning. At any event, the point where it comes closest to the sun is an opportunity for a spacecraft to take a maneuver and taking advantage of this gravitational assist from the sun. And that's why today is a very special day. We can't look at it because it's hiding behind the sun, which could, again, have been a signature of planning. But we will know in the coming month whether it changed course or maybe released some mini probes. That would indicate without a doubt that it's technological. However, it might most likely be natural, in which case there could be some fireworks because it's exposed to an immense amount of heat from the sun right now at closest approach. So that can break it apart if it's glued together by ice. And in that case, we might see that it fragments, and we would see a beautiful cometary tail stretched behind it. And these are the two possible outcomes. And we just need to watch and see what happens. It's really important because if it's a black swan event, a very small probability event of it being alien technology, it would have a huge implications for humanity. However, even if it's just natural, we will learn something new about the backyards of other stars.
Professor Loeb, so many questions, but I'm fascinated with this. This is wild. So you're suggesting that it's could be one of two things. It might actually be an intelligent life form somewhere else sending this probe through the solar system, through the galaxy, with a path that may be remotely controlled. We don't have any way of knowing if there's any sort of electronics or any sort of signal marker that would tell us if it's being controlled.
No, we don't. I suggested actually monitoring it with radio observatories because it so happens that it came from the same direction as the WOW signal that was detected back in 1977, a mysterious radio signal from a source approaching us, and we didn't know where it's coming from. And now it looks as if, you know, with a probability of 0.6%, it comes from within 9 degrees of the direction of arrival of 3I Atlas, this new object. So I suggested checking whether it has any radio transmission. And I was I was told today that they are monitoring it in the radio. So it would be interesting to see if they detect anything. Other than that, if it maneuvers, obviously it's technological because we don't expect a rock to do that. Another signature of technology would be, obviously, if we had a high-resolution image of it. And NASA took the highest resolution image on October 2nd, when this object came close to Mars. It used the HiRISE camera on board the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. And unfortunately, they haven't released the data because of the government shutdown. And I corresponded today with Representative Anna Paulina Luna, who very graciously offered the help in trying to convince NASA to release the data so we can analyze it. And that image, or several images that were taken by HiRISE, should allow us to see the object with a pixel resolution of 30 kilometers, the best that we had obtained so far.
So a little tight answer, if you don't mind, because I have another question. So we don't have any way of bouncing radio waves off of this object to find out how it comes back and to decide the density of it, or maybe even what it's actually made of?
No, it's too far from the Earth. It's avoiding the Earth. It's on the other side of the sun relative to Earth right now. That's a very interesting question, actually. I haven't done the calculation. I should check it. That's an excellent insight, because we do see the trace, just like in a radar system, if there is a big enough object or it comes close to Earth, you can actually trace it in the same approach that radars are using, where you shine a radio beam on it and detect the reflection of it. But in this case, it doesn't come very close to Earth. However, it's quite big. It's comparable to Manhattan Island in its size. So I need to do the calculation how easy it is to detect the reflected radio waves. That's a nice insight that you just suggested.